The engine of our car sputtered to a halt, leaving us stranded on an unfamiliar road. My heart pounded in my chest as I exchanged worried glances with my wife, Sarah. How did we end up here? We were supposed to be on our way to a picturesque lakeside retreat, not lost in the middle of nowhere. The air hung heavy with an eerie silence, broken only by the distant hooting of an owl. Shadows danced along the edges of the road, their elongated forms sending shivers down my spine. We decided to walk, hoping to stumble upon some sign of civilization. It didn't take long for the road to lead us to a small, isolated town. The town, with its crooked houses and dimly lit streets, looked frozen in time. It seemed untouched by the passage of years, an eerie relic from a forgotten era. Unease settled over me as I noticed that every window and door was tightly shut, barricaded against something lurking outside. The town was sealed shut, as if hiding a dreadful secret. As we tentatively stepped forward, the sound of a rusty gate creaking open echoed through the night. A figure emerged, its movements rigid and unnatural. It was an elderly woman with a hollow gaze, her eyes glinting with a mix of fear and despair. She hurriedly approached us, whispering in a trembling voice, "Get inside, quick, before nightfall." Her words sent a chill down my spine. Before we could ask her what she meant, she vanished into the shadows, leaving us standing in bewilderment. Something was terribly wrong here, and a sense of foreboding gripped my soul. In search of answers, we ventured further into the town. Every step we took felt like stepping deeper into a surreal nightmare. The streets were deserted, devoid of any signs of life. Only the distant howl of the wind pierced through the heavy silence. Amidst the eerie stillness, we stumbled upon a small cafe. A dim light flickered inside, beckoning us to enter. We cautiously pushed open the creaking door and were greeted by a somber-faced man behind the counter. His eyes bore the weight of countless unspoken stories. We introduced ourselves and explained our situation. His response was a solemn nod. "Welcome to the town of shadows," he murmured, "a place trapped in perpetual darkness." Confusion etched across our faces as we probed for more information. The man hesitated for a moment, then leaned in closer, as if afraid of being overheard. "When the night falls, creatures emerge from the darkness. They roam the streets, seeking anything that breathes. The townsfolk lock themselves in, protected by ancient wards, until sunrise banishes the horrors away." His words painted a macabre picture in our minds. We had stumbled into a town haunted by unimaginable terrors, a place where darkness ruled the night. We pressed the man for more details, desperate to understand the town's sinister secret, but he merely shook his head. "Curiosity has led many to their doom," he warned, before abruptly ending the conversation. The sun was sinking low, casting long, ominous shadows that stretched across the town. Panic surged within us as we realized the implications of the approaching night. The townsfolk had vanished into their homes, sealing themselves away from the horrors lurking outside. With no other option, we hurriedly sought refuge in an abandoned house. The door creaked open, revealing a dilapidated interior that seemed frozen in time. Dust coated the furniture, and cobwebs hung like spectral tapestries. As darkness enveloped the town, a chill wind whispered through the streets. The faint sound of claws scraping against the pavement sent shivers down our spines. Fear gripped us as we peered through a cracked window, our eyes widening at the sight of grotesque creatures slithering and skulking in the night. The night was long and filled with terror. We huddled together, the minutes stretching into agonizing hours. Every sound amplified our paranoia. Every gust of wind made us tremble. Time became a cruel, sluggish entity, dragging us deeper into the unknown. And then, as abruptly as it had descended, the night receded. The creatures vanished without a trace, and the sun's rays peeked over the horizon, casting a timid glow upon the town. We let out a collective breath, the weight of survival heavy upon us. But amidst our relief, a lingering question remained. What was the secret that held this town hostage? And could we ever escape its chilling grasp? We ventured further into the town, determined to unravel its mysteries. The townsfolk shared tales of a curse that had befallen the town long ago, trapping it in perpetual darkness. We delved into dusty archives, discovering records and manuscripts that spoke of an ancient ritual gone awry, an attempt to banish an unspeakable evil that had instead ensnared the town in eternal night. Armed with this newfound knowledge, we sought out the town's elders. They revealed that a hidden talisman held the key to breaking the curse. However, It was guarded by malevolent forces that thrived in the darkness. Many who had embarked on the quest had never returned. Undeterred by the risks, we embarked on a treacherous journey to find the talisman. The town seemed to taunt us as we traversed dimly lit alleyways and decaying buildings. Whispers echoed through the shadows, as if warning us of the dangers that lay ahead. Finally, we reached an ancient cemetery, where a dilapidated mausoleum stood as a foreboding sentinel. Inside, we discovered a hidden chamber, illuminated by a flickering candle. In its center rested the talisman, a mysterious artifact pulsating with an ethereal glow. But our moment of triumph was short-lived. As we reached for the talisman, the ground trembled beneath our feet, and a wave of darkness surged forward, threatening to consume us. The malevolent forces that guarded the talisman had awakened, determined to maintain their hold on the town. In a desperate struggle, we fought against the encroaching darkness. Shadows swirled and twisted, taking on grotesque forms. Fear clung to our hearts, but our determination burned brighter. With every ounce of strength, we resisted the darkness, inching closer to the talisman. As we finally grasped the artifact, a blinding light erupted, forcing the darkness to retreat. We had succeeded. The curse had been broken. Daylight streamed through the cracks in the mausoleum, flooding the town with a sense of hope that had long been absent. The townsfolk emerged from their homes, their eyes filled with both gratitude and trepidation. They had been freed from the shackles of the night, but the scars of their ordeal ran deep. The town had been forever changed, but a glimmer of redemption flickered on the horizon. With our mission accomplished, we prepared to leave the town that had been our captor and our crucible. But as we turned our backs on the darkness, a foreboding thought lingered. What other horrors awaited us beyond the town's borders? As we left the town, a mix of relief and unease washed over us. We had broken the curse and freed the townsfolk from the clutches of eternal darkness. But the memory of the terrifying creatures and the enigmatic secrets that still lingered in the town haunted our thoughts. We ventured onward, our journey taking us to a nearby city. Yet even amidst the bustling streets and bright lights, the shadows seemed to hold a deeper darkness. We couldn't escape the feeling that something followed us, something that had been awakened by our actions. Nightmares plagued our sleep, visions of the town and its mysteries tormenting our restless minds. We became consumed by an insatiable need to understand the true nature of the curse, to uncover the origins of the creatures and the forces that held the town captive. Research led us down a winding path, delving into ancient legends and occult knowledge. We discovered references to a forgotten entity, an ancient evil that thrived on fear and darkness. Its name whispered in forbidden texts, the Shadow Master. Driven by a desperate determination, we sought out those who had encountered the Shadow Master, hoping to learn from their experiences. Some tales spoke of a secret society that had battled the darkness for centuries, while others recounted tragic encounters with the elusive entity. With newfound allies and a growing understanding of the threat we faced, we formed a plan. We would return to the town, armed with knowledge and artifacts capable of warding off the darkness. Our mission was twofold: to protect the town from further harm, and to find a way to rid ourselves of the lingering shadows that plagued our lives. Upon our return, the town's inhabitants greeted us with a mix of gratitude and apprehension. They had emerged from the darkness, but the scars of their ordeal remained. We shared our discoveries, the knowledge we had gathered, and the plan we had devised. Together, we prepared for a final confrontation. The Shadow Master would not go down without a fight. We fortified the town, erecting protective barriers and enchantments that would shield us from its insidious influence. As night fell, the darkness crept closer, but this time we were ready. Armed with artifacts and incantations, we stood firm, facing the encroaching shadows with unwavering determination. The battle raged, the clash between light and darkness echoing through the town. In the end, it was not a single victorious moment that vanquished the Shadow Master. It was a collective effort, a unity of purpose and strength that shattered its hold. The darkness receded, and the town bathed in a newfound radiance. Exhausted but triumphant, we celebrated our hard-won victory. The town had been restored, its people freed from the eternal night. We had faced the horrors and emerged stronger, bound together by an unbreakable bond. As we prepared to leave the town once more, a sense of closure settled within us. The mysteries had been unraveled, the darkness dispelled, but we knew that the echoes of this harrowing experience would forever remain etched in our memories.